Hey guys, I'm Beth and this is Read Remark. Today we're going to be talking about Golden State by Ben H. Winters. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it as always. Today we're going to be talking about the speculative fiction book Golden State by Ben H. Winters. It's a really interesting concept. It follows a 50-something-year-old man named Laszlo, and he has the ability to be almost like a human lie detector. It's almost like one of these superpowers that he has, which is very useful in Golden State because the place is like it's a community where lies are not allowed. They are punishable by jail time, by death, or by banishment. To have to leave Golden State is like being shunned. It's like being cast out into the wilderness, cast out into nothingness. So of course, people want to tell the truth all the time about everything. White lies, small deceptions, even misdirections are not okay in the Golden State. Everything has to be above board, factual, truthful all the time, and Laszlo is one of those officers who makes sure that that is the case. Now, one thing I really grappled with while I was reading this book is whether the Golden State is supposed to be a utopia, as Laszlo describes, that he's trying to uphold, or is it actually a dystopia? There's not a ton of world building that goes on in this book, which I think is one of its shortfalls, but I get the impression that this is almost like very regimented, no room for actual humanity sort of world. And so to me, it seems like it's a dystopia that has been developed. But we're seeing it through Laszlo's eyes, which also begs the question, is Laszlo a villain or is he a hero? Are we seeing the story through the lens of the bad guy? It's very interesting to think about. Now, was the book good? Yeah, I liked it. I wouldn't say that it's the best book that I've read this year, but it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was really interesting, mainly for those questions that it rose in my own mind. I would have liked to have seen a little more world building. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the relationship between Laszlo and his ex-wife. We did see glimpses of it. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, and then I would have liked to have seen some more of his protege. It seems that his protege wound up playing a major role in the story, but I felt like we just barely skimmed the surface with her. One of the interesting things that Golden State did for me was make me think about truth and lies and just the small, little innocent seeming lies that we tell throughout the day just to get through the day. Now, this book sets up truth as a utopia, as the pinnacle achievement. That's really what everyone should be getting after. But if we lived in a 100% truthful world, would that indeed be a utopia for us, or would it make it incredibly difficult? There's an interesting article by National Geographic called Why We Lie that says, being deceitful is woven into our very fabric, so much so that it would be truthful to say that to lie is human. The National Geographic article goes on to talk about a lot of different interesting stats about why we lie. For example, the majority of people lie either to protect themselves or to promote themselves, which I found highly interesting because only 4% lie out of just upholding social norms or politeness. That's something I find so odd here in the South or the Midwest where I'm from, because we have a lot of little white lies that we tell just out of politeness, like, oh, bless your heart, of course that dress looks fabulous, if they're really feeling themselves and you don't want to deflate their ego, or yes, that baby is adorable, when maybe the person has the world's ugliest baby on the planet. Which, just for the record, I have never encountered. All the babies I've encountered have been precious, but I digress. Also interesting from the article is that we only lie a little bit. We want to still see ourselves as being innately truthful and trustworthy. So whenever we tell lies, a lot of times we try to pepper our truths with small lies as opposed to peppering our lies with small truths, if that makes any sense. And also that we're hardwired to be trusting. So if a source that we trust says a lie, chances are we'll go ahead and believe them without having all sorts of empirical evidence. And if that source then is proven to be wrong with all sorts of empirical evidence, chances are if we believe in that person, or if that person is spouting off lies that really adhere to our own worldviews, chances are we'll still believe them. We will ignore the evidence in favor of the lies. And so that really explains the rise of things like the birthers or alternative facts or stuff like that. So it's a really interesting book, Golden State by Ben H. Winters, and even more interesting is the question that it brings up in my mind between truth and lies. The truths that we tell to get through the day, and also the lies that we tell to get through the day and uphold society, and when those lies become destructive and contribute to the downfall of society. It's a fine line that we're walking every day. Get it? Lie. Nah. Oh boy. How would this be a video without a cheesy joke? Okay, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Let me know if you've read the book and what you think of it, and what you think of the whole conundrum of being truthful or being lieful, and the happy medium in which we lie. I'll catch you next time. Bye. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm really not good at closing things out, so